Review the part drawings and think about the features you need to create. Rename Level 1 to WF for wireframe. Create a circle using the origin as the center point. Set the diameter 1.95. Next, add the 0.25 diameter holes with the Bolt Circle tool. Use the drawing to help set the parameters. Next, add a rectangle anchored by the center at the origin. Set the width and height to 0.375. Use Translate to make copies of the square. Calculate the spacing between them. Use the both sides option in the directions. Use the check plus to repeat the same process in the Y direction. Next, we can adjust the z-values of the circles. Select the circles and right mouse button, pick Analyze Entity. Adjust Z to -0.25. Use the arrows at the top to repeat. Now you can extrude the circles downward 0.5. I'll use a layer for my part. Use the check plus and repeat the extruding the squares down as bosses. I'll use the bolt circle again to place the threaded holes. Calculate the diameter between them. The pattern starts at the origin and the diameter is 1.3. In this case, just add points. Launch the hole tool. Use the auto cursor position to add the hole in the center, x0, y0. Use the arrow tool to pick the other points. Press Enter. Adjust the whole template to UNF and style to 1032. Set the depth to 0.25 and turn off the chamfer. I'll make sure all my wireframe items are on the WF level. Set WF current and select all wireframe. Right mouse button and use the change level tool. At this point, I think the model is finished. I have forgotten the fillets and chamfers. I'll fix it later. I'll make a new stock level and set it current. From the machine ribbon, add the default mill. Expand the properties and pick stock setup. Pick the bounding box icon, then use the manual arrow. Control A to select all. Confirm the origin is at the top center and enter X equals 2.05, Y equals 2, and Z 0.98. Change the origin to the bottom center and adjust Z to 1. I want lines and solids on. Pick the check, confirm, shown measurements, and pick the check again to finish. Drag the planes icon to the corner of your stock solid. Adjust the X, Y, Z values based on the setup sheet. I've noticed with this version the Z is always a little wonky. I always confirm and adjust it. It should be 0. I will turn off the stock model and start my facing operation. You should not pick any geometry when facing. Just pick the check mark to advance. Load your tool library and select the 3-inch face mill. Set the speeds and feeds. Adjust your cut parameters. Confirm the linking parameters are all absolute, and double check the planes. Make sure the depth is 0. Double check the planes and turn flood coolant on. To remove the material around the outside, I will use contour. I'll select the bottom edge of the part. Use the 1/2 inch flat end mill. Set the speed and feed rate. Adjust the cut parameters. Turn on multi-passes and set the spacing to 0.1. Add a finish pass of 0.03. Set the linking values to absolute. Adjust the depth to -0.8. Confirm the planes and flood coolant is on. Now is a good time to save and verify. Here's when I noticed that I forgot the fillets and chamfers. I'll add them now. To remove the material around the squares, I'll use the area mill. I frequently use this operation. For machining area, pick the outside edge of the chamfer. For avoidance area, pick all the way around all of the bottom edge of each square. You can preview the operation. In this case, there's no need to stay inside, so switch to from outside. Use a 1/4 inch flat end mill in order to fit in between the squares. Set the speed and feed rate. Adjust the cutting parameters and depth of cuts. This is a small tool, so we should make smaller cuts. Set linking values to absolute and use the depth button to select an endpoint at the bottom of a square. Confirm the planes and coolant. Save your changes and run the Verify tool. Next, use the drill operation to drill the 1/4 inch holes. I forgot to set the cutting parameters. Set linking parameters to absolute and use the calculator to calculate the final depth to drill through. Confirm the planes and flood coolant is on. Repeat the drill operation using the 177 diameter drill for the threaded holes. Set the cut parameter to chip break. Linking parameters to absolute and the depth to minus 0.25 plus the 0 point. Now I'll quickly fix the previous drill operation, making it a chip break. I can copy paste the last drill operation and adjust the parameters to use the 1032 tap tool. Cutting parameters to tap and adjust the depth. The final step is to add the chamfers. Use the model chamfer operation. Use the Select Chain Geometry button and select the top edge of the chamfer around the cylinder and the top of each square. Do note the arrow directions. Confirm you can see a toolpath. If not, you may need to reverse the troubling chain. Save your part and run the verify to confirm all the operations. I like to show my wireframe and compare it to the verify model.